Malaysia's prime minister says that pro-Russian separatist rebels have agreed to hand over the bodies of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 passengers, as well as the aircraft's data recorders, to Malaysian and Dutch representatives in Ukraine, which they've now done. And the deal also allows investigators to finally get access to the crash site. These were among the demands posed by Western governments to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Russia needs to know that action will follow if there isn't a radical change in the way they behave.
In terms of relations between Russia and the West, why is so much riding on the rebels giving unfettered access to investigators? Because U.S.-Russian relations hinge on it, President Obama has said. Here's the background. Russia is casting doubt on the U.S. version of events based on satellite intelligence of what caused the crash of MH17. The U.S. says that it was likely shot down by an anti-aircraft system operated from a separatist-held location in eastern Ukraine, potentially with Russian assistance. Russian state media continues to report that Ukraine was responsible for shooting down the plane, possibly with a fighter jet. And now Russia is introducing what it says is new evidence that Ukraine could be to blame. They contend that Russian radar spotted a Ukrainian fighter jet within 3 miles of MH17 shortly before the crash. The Russians also presented satellite imagery that they say shows Ukrainian Buk missile batteries in the Donetsk region of Ukraine. The U.S. says this is bogus, and there were no Ukrainian planes nearby. They also say there's no evidence that Ukraine shot down MH17, which would be proven if rebels stopped tampering with the plane's debris and stopped blocking an international investigative team from doing its work.
The separatists are removing evidence from the crash site, all of which begs the question, what exactly are they trying to hide?
U.S. officials say shrapnel from the scene would likely tell investigators what type of missile it was that brought down the plane, and that could destroy Russia's air-to-air missile theory. And Mr. Obama argues that if Mr. Putin wanted the separatists to cooperate, they would.
Russia has extraordinary influence over these separatists.
On that point, there's little dispute, even for Mr. Putin himself. What are Western leaders now waiting to see? Whether the investigation into MH17 goes forward without delay or further outcry from the international team of investigators. If they're not allowed to do their job, it'll be viewed as further Russian defiance in the face of international condemnation. That's the short answer.